Éppen holnap ünnepeljük államalapító Szent István királyunk napját, akinek köszönhetően Magyarország a nyugati kereszténység útjára lépett. Mert a világbajnokságon résztvevőknek és az ide látogatóknak magas színvonalú versenyfeltételeket és biztonságos körülményeket garantálunk. Mert amellett, hogy Budapest fent van a világ kulturális és turisztikai térképén, az elmúlt 10 évben hazánk több mint 40 európai és világbajnokságnak, nemzetközi sport döntőnek adott otthont. Mert többet akarunk a kötelezőnél. Szívből jövő lelkesedéssel, a magyaroktól megszokott kreativitással és eredményesen kiharcolt, széles társadalmi összefogással teszünk eleget a házigazda feladatainak. Itt szeretném megköszönni azoknak, akik a világbajnokság békés megrendezéséhez szükséges feltételeket és támogatást biztosították. Jó, amikor képesek vagyunk egységet mutatni. És mert jó házigazda hírében állunk, azt szeretnénk, ha önök jól éreznék magukat nálunk. Az atléták életük legjobb eredményét nyújtanák. Ha a vendégségbe érkezők a sportélményen túl nemzeti kultúránkat, világszép fővárosunkat, a magyar emberek kedves, nyitott természetét és messzeföldön híres gasztronómiánkat is megízlelhetnék. Ezért a legjobbat mutatjuk magunkból. Olyanok leszünk, amilyennek magunkat is látni szeretnénk. Az atlétikai világbajnokság elsősorban a kiemelkedő sportolói teljesítményről szól, de nekünk szervező magyaroknak jóval többről is. Egyszerre ünnepeljük az élsportot és az egészséges élet alapjául szolgáló tömegsportot. Hosszú időre szóló nyereséget várunk a világbajnokságtól. Büszke vagyok rá, hogy itt, ezen a hányatott sorsú területen építettük fel olimpiai pályázatunk örökségeként a Ferencvárosi Szabadidő és Sportparkot, benne az új atlétikai központtal. Rozsdából született arany. A Dunapartra visszatért az élet. Büszke vagyok rá, hogy a szervezők a nehéz körülmények között érkezők számára is lehetővé teszik a személyes szurkolást. Büszke vagyok rá, hogy miközben most ért véget Budapesten Európa egyik legnagyobb könnyűzenei fesztiválja, megmutatjuk, hogy fesztivál hangulatot lehet a sporthoz kapcsolódóan is teremteni. Büszke vagyok rá, hogy 100 000-eket sikerült sportolásra bírni a világbajnoksághoz kapcsolódóan. És büszke vagyok a szervezőkre, köztük önkéntesekre, akiknek köszönhetően itt lehetünk ma. Köszönjük a megfeszített, kitartó, áldozatot követelő munkájukat. Tisztelt Hölgyeim és Uraim! A sportra és sportversenyekre szükség van akkor, amikor könnyebb, és akkor is, amikor nehezebb idők járnak. Hiszen egy ilyen esemény elemel a hétköznapi problémáktól. A közvetlen szomszédunkban, Ukrajnában dúló háború árnyékában a sport béketeremtő természete felértékelődik. Ahogy a sporton keresztül megtapasztalhatjuk azt is, milyen, amikor nemes, tisztességes versenyben vívunk meg egymással. És ezt az egymás tiszteletén alapuló versengést az élet többi területére is jó, ha átültetjük. Tisztelt versenyzők! Sportszerű, sérülésmentes és eredményes versenyzést kívánok. Engedelmükkel a magyar atlétáknak külön is kívánom, hogy hozzák ki magukból a legtöbbet. És ha a külföldiek egyetlen szót sajátítanak el a varázslatos magyar nyelvből, legyen ez a sportolók biztatásának szava. Hajrá! A 2003-as budapesti atlétikai világbajnokságot ezennel hivatalosan is megnyitom.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the World Athletics Championships opening ceremony started. Let's celebrate this outstanding event together. Let the show begin.
Nagyon szépen köszönjük, elnök asszony. Hölgyeim és uraim, kezdődjön a 2023-as budapesti atlétikai világbajnokság nyitó produkciója. Ünnepeljük együtt ezt a rendkívüli eseményt. Kezdődjön a show!
This is a very special song from Queen to you. He said,
virágok, virágom, virág. Te engemet, s én tégedet, virágom, virág.
Nem veletek küzdök, csak is magammal. A vihar előtti csendben az elmém csiszolom. Ami bennem van, a maxot kihozom.
Koncentrálok és kizárok mindent. A legjobbat hozom ki magamból én napi szinten. A győzelem vezérel csak is hazai színben. Mi hiszünk benne, szenvedély a szívben.
you for this incredible performance. And fast, come on Budapest, make some noise. What a show that was. Well done. Well done. The atmosphere really is building now inside the stadium. Now the only thing that is missing is our lucky mascot. Yes, Juhu, the Ratska sheep. But if you look at the screens, you can see him coming in right now into the stadium by a very special mode of transport.
Hát ez egy igazán fantasztikus produkció volt. Nagyon szépen köszönjük ezeknek a csodálatos előadóknak, Lábas Viktóriának, Bagosi Norbertnek, Péter Szabó Szilviának, Keresztes Ildikónak, Pál István Szalonnának és bandájának, a Z-Drum zenekarnak, a Sun City Brass zenekarnak, a Hősök zenekarnak és a Magyar Rádió gyermekkórusának ezt a felemelő élményt. A hangulat a tetőfokára hágott itt a Nemzeti Atlétikai Központban. Most már csak a szerencsehozó kabalánk hiányzik, Juhu, a Racka juh. Nézzük most együtt, milyen különleges módon érkezik ide hozzánk.
Where is he? I know he's been backstage, he's been around.
Mi történik? Hol fog érkezni? Föntről? Az létezik, hogy az égből jön? Még a föld alól valószínűleg nem, tehát nem fog magának itt egy ilyen kis alagutat ásni, de akkor lehet. It's possible that he's coming from the sky.
I never know with Juhu. He has so many acrobatic skills.
Actually, he
could abseil in,
does.
he might parachute in. Nothing he does will surprise me. All I know is he is here to help put on a great show. This is going to be an unbelievable World Championships. You, the crowd, make a massive difference. Juhu will also make a massive difference and make the noise very loud inside the stadium tonight. Where is he? He must be coming shortly. Where is he?
Pillanatokon belül jön. Én biztos vagyok benne, hogy mindjárt itt lesz. Jön, Juhu, másodpercek múlva megtudjuk, hogy honnan.
Here he comes. Juhu!
is ez az atlétikai világbajnokságon, és ezt mi mind láthattuk élőben.
Ladies and gentlemen, let the wonder begin. We have now opened the World Athletics Championships 2023 here in the beautiful Budapest.
Hölgyeim és uraim, kezdődjék hát a csoda, kezdődjék 2023 legnagyobb sporteseménye, a budapesti atlétikai világbajnokság!
And welcome back. That was the opening ceremony of the World Athletics Championships Budapest 2023 happening at the National Athletics Stadium in Budapest, Hungary. And we've seen Yoo-Hoo the mascot, Yoo-Hoo being a type of rocket ship that is found in Hungary. And we also saw the musical show, including, a rendition of a show that was done by the late Freddie Mercury of the band Queen. And that was followed up there. But we also heard from the president of Hungary, Katalin Novak, who addressed the crowd at the 35,000-seater National Athletics Stadium out there in Budapest, and also in the presence of World Athletics President Sebastian Coe. So we'll be getting into the event proper of the day. Remember, at 8 o'clock, we have got the men's 1,500 meters, and this is how the Kenyans will have lined up for that. And at 8 o'clock, Heat 1, we have got Renaud Cheruyot, who's going to be running in Heat 1. Heat 2 is going to follow up, and we've got Timothy Cheruyot, who's a former world champion. Heat 3, no Kenyan involved, and so Abel Kipsang is going to be running in Heat 4. So just talking about the 1,500 meters, that's where we were just before we took the break. And in studio with me is a 1997 world champion in the 10,000 meters, Sally Barsusio. Sally, the 1,500 meters now. Let's just think of that event, because that's where, for most of you in the 10K, you always started off somewhere there. What's the right training, mode for this 1,500 meter event?
Dan, thanks once again. About 1,500 meters. Dan, this is World Championship. It's not about a Grand Prix. This is, everyone is looking for a gold. It's not about the time or whatever. Everyone there is going for a position, which is gold. So it's a tactical game. Everyone has prepared very well, and everyone looks for top 3. So my view, the 3 medals we will get, at most we will get 1. We cannot miss anything, because this is not a Grand Prix. It's World Championship, and everyone is after the medal.
Okay, so we'll be looking at that. So remember, 8 o'clock, that's our first event on the track this evening. We had the women's 1,500 meters heats this morning, and 3 of the 4 ladies went through. Edna Jebitok, Faith Kipyegon, and also making it through So we've seen that the 3 of the 4 will be making it. We've got the 100 meters, the Omanyala effect. Because Omanyala is going to be running in heat 2 of the men's 100 meters. That is at exactly 10 minutes to 9. Just what has been the effect? Because I know you don't miss any of these events. Either at Nyayo or Kasarani. What has been the Omanyala effect in the sprints?
Wow, Omanyala, everyone is our king at the moment in Kenya. Everyone is proud of Omanyala. And we're looking forward to see him coming home with something. I know at the moment everyone has attention because everyone wants to win, but I know all the Kenyans are looking after Omanyala.
Well, so remember, that's going to be the first round, and the regulations, by the way, when it comes to the 100 meters, and this is how you qualify for tomorrow's semi-finals. It's the first 3 in each heat and the next 3 fastest. So there are going to be 7 hits, so 3 athletes and you end up with 24. 3 semis tomorrow. For the 1,500 meters, well, breaking through is tough. The first 6 in each heat, so you end up with 24, and that means you have got 3, you've got only just, normally these events would have 12 athletes. So you can imagine how tough it's going to be for the athletes who qualify for the semi-finals of the 1,500 meters. Now let's come to the 10,000 meters, because this is where your story now can be well told. Your progression through and eventually picking up the 10,000 meters, Sally, how did this come to be? And considering that you are one of the youngest athletes in that discipline way back then, and let's start with 93.
Thank you, Dan. I started running a long time ago, and I didn't start with 10,000. I tried 15, I tried 5, and then I ended up at 10. The reason why I went 10,000 was we were many in 1,500 meters at the same time at 5,000. Yeah. And most of the time I was running with my friends. Same time in 15 and same time in 5. So I myself, because most of the time I wanted to be with my friends. And I was the strongest between me and my friends. And what made me to run 10,000, I was running the same race with my sister when we were preparing to go for Olympics 96. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want my sister to be left behind. So I told her, the trick here is I'm going to sacrifice myself to run 10,000, and then you'll do 5, and both of us will make the team. So the 10,000 was like no one did want to go because of too much laps, you know?
Yes.
10,000 is a lot of laps. It's tiring. So I said, because I love my sister and my friends, I better sacrifice myself to go for 10. And when I went 10 the first time, I did it good. Though we both, I and my sister, we went to Olympics, but none of us came with a medal. 96.
Yes.
And then came 97. 97, I came back prepared fully to run 10,000.
You're talking about your sister. So
yes.
Which one of them? Because there are several of you who are right there at the top.
Well, my sister was called Florence Chepkemboi Barsosio.
Yes.
We were unique in the names during our time. But nowadays there are many Barsosios whom we are not related to in any way. Yeah, just the names. Mm-hmm. So when I come back to 97, by then I've already set my mind that there is a cold smell somewhere in 10,000.
Uh-huh.
I went 10,000, but before then, 93, I tried 10,000. And I was number 3 when I was almost to be disqualified because of I pushed my friend Elana Maya. And I was very innocent. I was just running my race very rough. I didn't know anything about the rules of athletics.
And if you were just to speak about this 3,000 meters race, it was, the women's 10,000 meters in Stuttgart 93. It was, how would I describe it? looking basically at the times that the rest of the field has against the Chinese, how different was it, trying to keep up with them?
Well, these things depends on how you've trained. Actually, I trained and I didn't know that I was going for a medal anyway. But I just feel it from my heart. This thing is very hot. I ran against the Chinese, and Dan, if you believe in yourself,
yes,
nothing gonna be impossible. So when I went to track, I believe in myself. I said, they've trained, I've trained. No matter what will happen, I just want to be in bracket of a medal. I will not mind whichever medal, so long as I'll be inside. And when we were just in the track, I was just running confidently with believing in myself. I just want to be in the top 3. But I just came 3, though I ran very rough all the way. And afterwards, they were somehow disqualifying me. And okay, to me, I didn't care because I just wanted to be in the top 3. That was in my heart. But later, at Kenya, they protested for me, and later I was given back my medal, the bronze one.
Now, I want to talk about that era. There's a name that you used to compete, somebody you used to compete against. Tegla Lorupe.
Yes, I ran many races with Tegla Lorupe.
In the 10,000, and here you are, you
yes, and
got the better of her, and there was also around the same time
Catherine.
Susan Sirma.
No, I didn't meet Susan Sirma. Susan Sirma was...
ahead of you?
She was inspiring me. I was inspired of her. She was ahead of me. Yeah. But I ran with Tegla, Catherine the River, Telaila Hashako. I'm sorry to say so because I think this is not working right at the moment. And those were at Tegla and Catherine are my best friends. We're just friends up to date. And those are the people we ran most of the time, the 10,000.
Now, let's talk about, from 93, moving on 4 years later, 1997, you get to win this gold medal, the first woman to win a gold medal at World Championships for Kenya. Just tell us the story of that event.
Well, I think that year was a progressive year of my life, because by then I was in high school. And I used to be asking myself a lot of questions. You cannot have 2 things at the same time and you perform both of them very well. So I used to be asking myself, if I will not be very active in class, I have to perform very well on the other side of athletics. And I was in a very good high school whereby they were mentoring me, they were supporting me in running. And my training was just coming from high school. So I just coming from school and I went to World Championship. And by then I was so lucky to have a good manager and same time a coach. He gave me a good program.
Ricky Sims.
Before Ricky Sims.
Before Ricky Sims.
Yeah, Ricky Sims came in after Kim McDonald, who died.
Yeah.
So when we were in Athens, I didn't know that I was going to win. But my friends, training mates, and my manager knew that I was going to win. And one thing what made me to actually was overconfident with that race, because when we were almost going to the arena of the race, my manager just came in and showed me the picture of my parents. And then told me, Sally, it is you. Either you get rid of the poverty from your family or you just leave it. So I saw it just hurted me. And then he showed me the list of the money. He told me, if you're going to win, this is how much you're going to take home. And the poverty will get rid of. So why don't you do it?
And not forgetting there was a Mercedes-Benz also waiting for you.
Yes. And then, so when I was there, I was seeing like the whole world is seeing me like I came from a poor family, that poor background. So when I was there, I had a confidence that I have to show the world that I have to win this thing and to get rid of the poverty in my family. I was not even, by then, I didn't know anything about having that Kenyan flag, So the thing was, I was just going there thinking that if I win, I will get rid of the poverty in my family. So when I was like towards the last lap, I was seeing in the screen, no one is behind me. I say, God, just go with me. And when I crossed the line, I saw my life has changed. And I was very tight when I get the Kenyan flag. I really feel like I'm a Kenyan. And I feel in my heart that Kenya is so big. And when I just get that flag, something moved in my life. I feel like crying. And then I had to lie down in the track, thinking how big Kenya is and how am I proud to be a Kenyan.
Wow. 10,000 meters gold, that is the real feeling you can get from a champion. So you can hear her story, and this is what beckons for 3 women tonight: Irene Kamais, Agnes Jebet Ngetich, and Grace Loibach, preparing for a 10,000 meter race. Just what the right way to do it, because you don't get 10,000 meter races anymore easily. So if you're going to run this, then you must really work hard for it. What's the right way to train for this?
You see, Dan, 10,000 is not like 1,500 meters or like a marathon. This thing is psychologically prepared. And I know the girls have already prepared fully. No one there is going to run a world record. Maybe it can happen, but everyone is going for a medal. And to win a medal, it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. But you see nowadays, teamwork in training, but when you go to the track, it's individual effort. Everyone wants a medal. And I know everyone has that feeling of wants to have a Kenyan flag.
Yes.
And I think we remember about our Queen Lady, who was being appreciated by our president and our CS, how they were being appreciated. So I know everyone wants to get something to be appreciated back. And more so, to carry that Kenyan flag.
Okay, so there it is, and let's take a look at the field. From Ethiopia, you've got Gayehu Taye. That is one of the athletes who you basically need to look out for. Sifan Hassan, she was in the 1,500 meters women's fifth heat this morning. She's got the semis tomorrow afternoon. She's doing the 10,000 now. Lettisenbet Gide. Now, Lettisenbet Gide has got unfinished business with Kenyans. First, especially in the 5,000 meters. Faith Kipyegon took away her world record, and she stumbled in Bathurst, Australia at the World Cross Country Championships. So that means that she's got unfinished business with Beatrice Jebet. There is a name that you will see, Kip Kirui, but the flag is Kazakhstan. So Caroline Kip Kirui is running for Kazakhstan. Look out for that. That's a name to look out for. Sarah Chelangat from Ethiopia. That's another one to look out for. And you'll also have Gudaf Tsegai. How do you deal with such a field? Because it's competitive, just the names I've mentioned.
Wow. Everyone at the moment is looking for Faith Kipyegon because she has done wonders. And you never know, that race is having a lot of tension because everyone there is a champion and everyone there wants to be in the podium. So this thing, it depends. Like Kipyegon, she's going to wait for the kick because she's a good in sprinting. Also to Hassan, so they're just watching themselves. But we never know. Someone from nowhere can just start going and going and going and going to the podium. So it's a tricky game. It's a 10,000. It has lots of laps, but it's a tricky one. It cannot tell who's going to win.
So this is going to be a very interesting race. 29:47 for Grace Loibach Namubuna. So then also looking at Ethiopia's Gudaf Tsegai, she's got a 29:29 this year. Agnes Jebet Ngetich, 31:52 is her best time this year. Lettisenbet Gide, she's not done the 10,000 this year, but she's a 29 flat runner in this event. Astela Sang of Uganda is 31. Lemlem Hailu of Ethiopia, a 30-minute flat runners. Sifan Hassan has done 29.06, but this year 29.38 is her best time, and Jagger Hutai, a 30-minute flat runner. Look, Sally, for you, when you were winning this, it was 31.32, but we've seen 30 minutes 49, and we haven't seen straightforward. We haven't seen anyone run under 29 minutes in the 10,000 meters at a world championships. I mean, under 30 minutes flat. 30.04. That should be the championship record, and that would be on for 20 years. What's the right way to approach this race tactically?
Dan, I told you from the start, this is not a Grand Prix, this is a World Championship. No one is just interested about the time. Everyone is running for the medal. So that's why it depends. The best, they might run slow, waiting for the kick.
Yes.
Because no one is interested with their time. Even Giviakon. I know the Ethiopians and the Kenyans. Ethiopians can't go. They just wait for Kenyans to be their pacemakers. And it has been their history from a long time ago. So unless our ladies Kenyans run away from Ethiopians.
Basically, it's the kick.
It's the kick which is going to determine who is going to win. Otherwise, if one of them can believe on herself and start moving, that could be a luck. But if they just wait for Ethiopians, their tradition is just to wait for the kick and they will go for the medals.
Well, the same case applies to Sifan Hassan. She's got that tactic also. Now, let's also talk about changes that have happened over the last 30 years, especially when it comes to endurance running, 10,000 and above. The fact that you can have water stations depending on the conditions on the day. How has this changed the way athletes run? Because we can see that they get water. For example, even at Nyaya, they get water now when doing the 10,000 meters. How has that changed the whole aspect of it?
The training system has changed. During our time, we had no water. We were just running with no water, and we were managing it. And you see, the training nowadays has changed. Everything has come to digital. During our era, we had no phones, no nothing. You just go your way. But nowadays, you get these athletes, they can Google the training program. And you see, that's why you get sometimes they introduce water in the track. But during our time, there was no water. So there are a lot of changes which has come.
Well, so look out for that. And the time for the women's 10,000 meter final is at 9:55 p.m. East African time. So that's just about half an hour of the action. So the Kenyans in that race, Irene Kimais, we've got Agnes Jebet Ngetich, and we have got Grace Loi Bach. So look out for that. Plus, overall now, the one thing that we've seen today, and maybe you could just give us your perspective. Today's morning program was heavily affected by a severe storm that descended on Budapest. So the entire program was changed by 2 hours. How does somebody adapt to that kind of environment where everything has just shifted by 2 hours?
The lucky people is the long distance runners. They normally prefer the cool timings. The cool timings like afternoon hours. But long distance, I don't see sometimes they don't have a effect with the times. And all in all, the only thing is no one is going for the record, so the weather will not have any changes with any race, because everyone is going for a medal.
All right, so there you've had it from Sally Bar Socio. She is a world champion, 10,000 meters. And so we are going to be getting into the program for the day, getting live the action coming in from Budapest, Hungary. And let me just take you through this event so that you can just know how to follow it up bit by bit. 8 o'clock, we've got the 1,500 meters heat. And so heat 1, we shall see Reynold Cheruyot, that is at 2 minutes past 8 o'clock. Timothy Cheruyot at 11 minutes past 8 o'clock in that, and also you can see the athletes. They are now headed towards the stadium. That's a bridge between the warm-up area and the main arena. So rather than run across, so they've got golf carts for that. And you can see the athletes, that is Abby from Canada, warming up, all of them getting ready for that. And we also have got the 100 meters coming up. So all the action coming your way. The other Kenyan who's going to be in action is going to be Abel Kipsang at 8:30 o'clock. 100 meters, the second heat is where we've got Ferdinand Omanyala, and that is at 10 minutes to 9, but there are 7 hits, the best 3 plus the best 3 on time, making it to tomorrow's semi-finals, and we've got the women's 10,000 meters. So we break now and take you over to the National Athletic Stadium in Budapest, Hungary for the program this evening. All action will be back just after the 4x400 meter mixed relay final.
The women's 10,000 meter final. Sifan Hassan going for the first of 3 golds, she hopes. And then we finish off with the mixed 4x4 final, where we'll have 9, not 8 teams, because the reigning Olympic champions Poland had a successful appeal. So there will be 9 teams in that final, which will